What's going on? Welcome to the MP podcast. I'm Lincoln.
I'm ABomb.
Today's episode is brought to you by you. 1,000 of you. We have hit 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Super stoked. It's a great day. It actually happened early this morning. I checked it like 4:30 in the morning and it had hit.
You were up that early?
Yeah, I had to pee.
Okay, fair.
I had to pee, so it had hit. So.
That's awesome. That's sweet. I'm super excited. Thank you guys for all you guys. out
Also,
there.
this is brought to you by new Biebs. Today's the 29th, and these actually launched today, so I asked you to go and get them.
You did.
So we're going to try them.
Okay.
And see
Three flavors.
There's 3 different flavors. I need to pull them up as to what they are.
I know what 2 of them are. One's chocolate, white chocolate fudge. Chocolate with white chocolate
I don't even think that's right.
Yeah, and then there's sour cream chocolate chip.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I'm really excited
and then
about.
birthday cake something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, chocolate white fudge, you were right. Sour cream chocolate chip and birthday cake waffle.
Oh.
That's what it is.
Okay.
So these came out today.
Yep.
After you.
Let's do the top ones here. The chocolate fudge.
The white chocolate
White chocolate fudge.
Chocolate white fudge. Okay.
Or whatever they're called.
Okay. Tastes like the same bit.
Yeah. I don't get like white fudge or anything. It's good though.
I love Timbits so much.
I don't ever get them. And I was surprised when I went in. I was like, hey, what are the sizes they come in? And he was like, 10. I was like, that's it? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I thought there were 20 packs.
Yeah, they have 20, and they have 20 and 50.
Not anymore.
Probably just for these.
Oh.
Yeah, for regular.
Well, I just asked him for Timbits. I was like, what size of the Timbits do you have? And he's like, there's only one size.
Everybody wants Biebs today, so like, yeah.
Okay, let's do your favorite, the sour cream chocolate chip.
Well, I don't know if it's my favorite yet. They're all stuck together. All right. Okay, but I love chocolate chips and like,
and the sour cream donuts.
This is great podcasting. Okay, the last one is waffle. The waffle one, birthday cake waffle.
Yeah.
That sour cream one was good.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of like, it just felt like it's like been there, done that.
None of them have impressed me so far. Cheers.
Okay.
Are you getting birthday cake?
Yeah, I got birthday cake right at the end.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't really get waffle, but I got maple. So
I'm disappointed.
we're trying them so you don't have to. Because
True.
honestly, the first 2, the white chocolate fudge one, the chocolate white fudge, and the sour cream chocolate chip, they just taste like Timbits, like normal Timbits.
Yeah.
The birthday cake waffle one was the only one that kind of tasted like it could have been a special flavor. And even then, it was kind of just like...
But you know how they have like their regular birthday cake Timbit with the sprinkles?
Yeah, I hate it.
Okay, that's fine. But that one tastes more like birthday cake than that one did to me.
Which one? This one?
Like the one that they sell previous, like the actual birthday cake one, tastes more like birthday cake than that one did.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed with those. I'm not going to lie. I wanted them to be like radically different in some way, either texture, taste, or flavor combination or whatever, and I didn't get any of that. You could have put those in a box of regular ones, and I wouldn't have probably even noticed.
Yeah, but it's just about it being the Justin Bieber collaboration.
Yeah, what do you think about that whole idea of like celebs doing those kind of like...
Well, I mean, you have the Travis Scott McDonald's thing. You have the BTS McDonald's thing. We now have the Justin Bieber, Tim Hortons. To me, it makes sense because Justin Bieber's Canadian.
Totally.
Loves Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, yeah. So it's all just advertising at the end of the day. That's all it is.
But it's kind of a newer concept in the fact that they're pairing now with like food. Before it would be like, oh, okay, like Justin Bieber's Adidas shoes are coming out, or like clothing and stuff. But them to be pairing with, like, to actually come out with meals and stuff at fast food restaurants, I think that's kind of interesting.
It is very well. It's a new concept, for like our, like that's not some like you would never have seen like the Frank Sinatra Happy Meal,
exactly,
at McDonald's,
right,
or like the Jack Nicholson waffle and a pack of cigarettes at Waffle House, like that kind of thing.
I think it's cool though. I'm in favor of it.
I don't hate it. Like I would honestly like. I love Timbits.
Totally.
The name's kind of stupid to me. The Tim Biebs, it could have just honestly been Justin Bieber Timbits.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I get why they're doing it. It's
Or Bieber Bites.
Bieber Bites
Like
would
if
have
they
been
changed it a
Bieber
little bit.
Bits.
Bieber Bits.
Bits.
Yeah.
Bits. Not to do your job for you.
Well, just ask us.
But
next
they
time.
misunderstood the assignment.
Just ask us next time.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll fill you in.
So yeah, that's Tim Biebs, and
Well, that was
I
a
don't
good way.
know. I don't
Bring the rest home for Krista. Let her try them.
Oh yeah, I guess.
She gets one of each flavor, right?
Yeah.
Meow.
Yeah.
Meow.
I'll get some more on the way home. Was it okay? But I have to ask you because they've been promoting this for over a month now, or at least a month.
Yeah.
And it's now the end of November. The first time we saw it was either the end of October or the beginning of November, one of the two.
Yep.
Was it like? Was it
was
not
insane.
normal?
It was insane.
Okay, so it was
The
more.
drive-through was like insane.
So
Everyone
it was
going-
more than normal.
And the,
Tim
and the
Hortons.
bits, the bips, the bee bits were almost out when I went in. The chocolate chip sour cream ones, there was like 5 left. I was like, oh man, I hope they get to me inside before they get to the guys in the drive-through with those, and they got to me first. So
Do you think they had? Because they also released merch too. They had like a
Yeah,
hat.
they had like a clothing line.
Yeah. What? There was a tote bag. There was a toque, a tote bag, and a
Right.
fanny pack.
Right.
I kind of want the fanny pack, to be honest.
The toque would be dope too.
Even the tote bag. The thing I love the most about this is that they're using the old Tim Hortons logo.
Right.
They're using the old retro.
that,
I
too.
know it's
Yeah,
so
like the black
good.
Brown and yellow.
Brown and yellow.
Yeah.
The old Tim Hortons colors are the best. And if I wish they would go back to that.
Oh, 100%.
Go back to it fully. Like the new, we're classy Tim Hortons and like classy McDonald's and classy. Dude, honestly, build me a throwback restaurant.
Oh my God.
You know what I
all that
mean?
Stuff. Yeah.
Build me a throwback restaurant that is like a throwback Taco Bell.
Yeah, I don't like any of the new
It's too-
branding.
I saw a TikTok recently where somebody had posted essentially side by side photos of West Edmonton Mall, and the new, like the
saw that
old
too.
and the new.
Yep.
And it was kind of like a green screen thing where she was just kind of like sitting in front of the screen, but it was like flashing through all those. And it just made me sad
Oh yeah.
because
Sentimental.
old West Edmonton Mall was amazing.
Yeah.
And we were just there actually.
Yep.
At the beginning of November, you and I went to West Edmonton Mall. That was the first time you had been there in.
Oh my God. Over 10 years.
Yeah, over 10 years. And it was the first time I had been there in probably less than 5.
I'm going to say almost even 20 years for
Yeah.
me.
So it had
That
been a
long.
while for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
I've gone there. I've gone there pretty frequently over the last 10 years, but I think it's been about 4 years since I've been there.
Okay.
No, actually, I was there for my 30th birthday. I was there for my 30th, so
Okay.
it was like 3 years, almost 4 years ago.
Okay.
Anyway, we walked the whole mall,
Yeah.
and you can see how drastically
Yeah.
clean cut they're trying to make it, and how, you know what I mean? They're just
Yeah.
trying to bring it into the 20th century, which I understand completely.
Yeah.
But everything's like marble and everything's like white, and
Yeah.
it's not aesthetically pleasing.
No.
It's very, very like nice.
Yeah.
It's done really well, but it's not
Yeah.
what it was.
I wish we would be like, as a society, I wish we would be okay with saving some things in like a kind of like a time capsule sort of way. So like maybe we could have a mall that hasn't changed since 1985. Not the stores, but the actual mall itself would be pretty hilarious, you know? Like
Yes.
to kind of embrace that, like, oh, this is like our past. It might not be new and cool and up to date, but it's like at least sentimental or whatever. So
No, I agree. And that's why I say, like, I really want McDonald's to build like a retro restaurant. I want, and there are some out there that are still,
yeah.
because they're all franchises, right? So if the owner of the franchise, I think most McDonald's are probably going to the franchise owners being like, you have to update your restaurant
Oh, probably. Yeah.
for the most part. But they're guaranteed there are some out there that still have the bubble sunroom off the front.
Yeah,
like, do you
yeah,
remember
yeah,
when
yeah.
we first started in Fort McMurray?
Yeah.
The McDonald's across the street was
Yeah,
an
yeah.
old ass McDonald's, and it
Yeah.
was amazing. And
Yeah.
then they built So it was like in the parking lot, and then they built a new McDonald's next to it in the same parking lot, and then knocked the old one down. I was so sad because that used to be my old view, like looking out the window
Kind
at
of
the
open
McDonald's.
the window in the morning, and you're just looking straight out at a McDonald's in a
And
parking
it's like
lot.
a Disney movie, and all of a sudden birds are like helping you get dressed and. Oh man, yeah, retro restaurants, please, and like Wendy's. Wendy's had a really good
Dude, old Pizza Hut restaurant where you
my-
would go in for the all you can eat, and they had like the ice cream bar, salad bar, all you can eat pizza, sitting in the pagoda shaped Pizza Hut with the stained glass window.
Yep.
You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, the stained glass window
And
lights.
they had like the lights. Yeah.
I remember those. Yeah, the Pizza Hut.
Like, why isn't there one of those? Like, that is a time
Because they the only way that company was going to survive, they had to completely change their company model, and they did,
Yeah.
and they're thriving because of it.
Yeah, I remember going to to their lunch buffet, all you can eat pizza. Dude, I don't know, like I've been there so many times for that, getting all you can eat ice cream, and I miss
Oh
that.
yeah, it was amazing. But
Yeah.
the sit down restaurant aspect of their
It's gone.
their restaurant
Yeah.
model just wasn't working anymore, and it
Yeah.
dwindled. And so they had to and I would say it happened probably like I would say mid 2000s, where
Yeah.
they had to completely rethink their entire restaurant model, and now they're only purely takeout
Like
pizza.
takeout, yep.
Purely takeout
Like
pizza.
Domino's is or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And
Same
so
idea anyways.
the same idea. So that saved them. Otherwise, Pizza Hut would have gone the way of Blockbuster
Yeah.
if they had not
Yeah.
gotten rid of their like sit down restaurant aspect.
Totally.
And like for a long time, Airdrie still had the all you can eat buffet
Oh wow.
for a long time.
Like after most of the restaurants had closed down or whatever.
Oh yeah, they still had it for a long time. And now when you're driving around, you can tell which buildings were a Pizza
Oh yeah,
Hut.
100%.
And now like a lot of them are like Chinese food restaurants and like other like one I saw was like a like an auto parts store.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
that
yeah,
was a
yeah.
Pizza Hut because
Yeah.
the way the roof was shaped.
It's like when they get rid of 7-Elevens and then someone like a liquor store moves in. You're like, you used to be a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
I can tell by the shape of your building.
I can tell by the way you look.
It's so, yeah. Anyways, how was your weekend?
Oh, weekend was busy.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
it was busy.
You only had one day off? Well, technically.
Yeah, technically one day
Because you
off.
had early Saturday.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
So Saturday I woke up at 7 I woke up at like 6:30 to leave Airdrie by 7. And a friend of mine and we drove to Edmonton because the Oilers organization had their locker room sale for this year, and because of
Is this like the first time? Because I've never heard of this.
oh no, they do it every year.
I was
They
talking
do it
to
like
somebody else, and they were like, "I've never heard of that." I was like, "Actually, I never have either."
Oh yeah, no, the Flames do it too.
Oh, that's fair. I've just never heard of this whole like day or whatever that you're going to describe.
Yeah,
so.
fair enough. Yeah, so the friend that I went with, he had gone to another one when they were still at Rexall like years ago.
Okay.
And they held it inside Rexall. This one was held at Rogers Place, and the sale part was in the front in Fort Hall, you know, like where you go in.
Yeah.
And then they had some other stuff going on behind, which I'll mention. But we got up stupid early because the doors. So for season ticket holders, they were opening the door to the sale at 11 a.m. And for the general public, it was 12 like noon.
Right.
So
We got first dibs.
So we got first dibs because I have season tickets. So when we drove all the way there, we made really good time, and then we were kind of like we didn't really know where to go, and like at a certain point, it kind of sounded like we had to, because we were also going to go skating. We didn't know where we were going skating, and we didn't know if we had to bring our skates with us because we didn't know if there was a no re-entry block. Like it was just a whole bunch of things. So we kind of like, you know what? Let's go upstairs, see what's going on from the parking lot, and then we'll figure it out from there. But anyway, we get in there. Thankfully, because Fort Hall is so big and the sale didn't take up the entirety of Fort Hall, nobody had to line up outside. Perfect. It was just everybody was lined up inside. But the lineup was already pretty big when we got there. We were like, oh shit, like we better get in line. By the time 10:45 rolled around, the season ticket holder line was like massive behind us.
Right.
So we got there at the perfect time.
Sweet. That's good.
And in fact, in my head, I was like, we should have left at 6 a.m. because we would have gotten there we would have been like 10th in line.
Right.
So for the next one, I'm going to do that.
At least you kind of know what you're getting yourself into now.
Oh, dude, it's chaos.
Yeah.
So anyway, 11 a.m. hits, and there you can. So what it is it's like game used gear.
Okay.
So like gloves, helmets, sticks,
Right.
Pants, pads, like socks, like
Wow.
like hockey socks, the big ones.
Got you.
Hockey bags, like everything.
Wow,
and
cool.
because of COVID, they haven't done one of these sales because the 2019-2020 season
It was so weird.
was like
And it was like at the height of COVID.
well, it was it happened during COVID, so they didn't do one for that.
Yeah.
They didn't do one for the 2020-2021 season.
Right.
So they had 2 years worth of stuff in
shit.
the sale.
That's kind of good.
Yeah, so there was like, old players from
That have been like moved on or whatever.
from like last season or two seasons. There's still sticks from players that were there like 5 years ago that if they find stuff like laying around, they're like, oh, and they just throw it in the sale.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So, like my friend found a Sam Gagner stick and I found a Sam Gagner helmet for him.
Oh, nice.
Neither of which he ended up buying, which I'm kind of bummed that I didn't buy the Sam Gagner helmet because like Gags was a good player. But anyway, once the doors opened, people just started running in.
Oh, wow.
And it was like
Black Friday sale.
Oh yeah, it was, and we were like, okay. So all of a sudden, you know how like when you're in a lineups move pretty slow.
Yeah.
This lineup was like, and we were in. People were running in. So right before they opened the doors, because they had all the game used sticks lining the wall, a dude went over and grabbed it looked like he grabbed a bunch of sticks.
One of those.
No. This
Okay,
is a guy
okay.
working it.
Oh, okay.
He grabbed a
Thought it was like a dad who got in and was like,
No. I said before the doors open.
Yeah.
Before the doors open, he went over, he grabbed a bunch of sticks, and then he took them and spread them out over all the tables throughout the thing.
Smart.
So that people
can go to different areas.
would be able to like, because like, and they were dry-sidle sticks.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit.
I don't think there was any Connor McDavid stuff in there at all.
Okay.
They were all dry-sidle sticks. So he went and spread them all out because those are going to be a hot ticket item for people, right? And you don't want somebody walking over the stick thing,
taking them all,
grabbing all of the dry-sidle sticks and walking out.
People do that shit.
They 100% would have done. So anyway, he went and spread them out like throughout the whole thing. So everybody's running in, and we're like 40th in line, 50th in line. Like we're not close to the front. So we finally get in, we run in, and it's just chaos. People are running around, grabbing stick, grabbing everything. And I go to this one table and I see a stick laying on the table. I pick it up, I look, it says Gunner. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck Gunner is. There's another stick laying next to it. I see it, I grab it, I pick it up. It's a dry-sidle stick.
Sick.
I'm like, are you kidding me? Yes. So I grab it. And I held onto that stick all day. And that's where the story kind of like gets...
Beating housewives out of the way with your stick.
At a certain point, I grabbed a dry-sidle stick. I grabbed a Zach Cassian stick. These are all signed, by the way, too.
That's sick.
So which I was stoked because I wanted Cassian stuff. So I was like, sick. And then I found a James Neal game used stick that was signed. So I was like, that's sick. So I grabbed that. Found a game used helmet from James Neal that was signed. I got this sweater that's been blinking at us the whole time. Also, this stuff was 75% off.
Oh, wow.
They were just trying to, like, I paid like $10 for this. Wow. And this was,
I didn't know they were going to have like new stuff.
Yeah,
like
so
I was surprised.
Well, this is like from a few years ago. And so it's like old.
Like old merch or whatever.
Like old merch, yeah. So like I paid like $20 for this. The hat I'm wearing, I paid $5 for.
I was gonna say the hat's cool. Is it? I can't tell if it's green. Oh, it's camo.
It's camo.
Okay, got you.
So, yeah. So so like at a certain point, it was just like grabbing all this stuff, and then I'm standing there, and my arms are full. I'm holding 5 sticks because I was grabbing another stick for a friend of mine back at home who couldn't come to the sale with us.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my God, like this is ridiculous, and there's just people everywhere, and we're like at 11:30 it was still chaos, but they hadn't even let the public in yet.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
So my friend kind of wanted to wait shout out Duncan, wanted to wait for, because he listens to the podcast.
Sweet.
He wanted to wait for noon to see if they were going to start dropping like.
Yeah, if they held some stuff back, that's totally fair. They do that. Yeah.
So at a certain point, that James Neal helmet that I had found, I because I really wanted to get a helmet. I was like, all right. And so I grabbed a Chase on. Not that Chase On's a bad player. I was just like, that's not really what I wanted. So I was carrying around this Chase On, and then I saw a helmet sitting on a different table, number 18, and I was like, whoa. I was like, that's a Hyman helmet. Holy crap. So I grabbed it, and then I saw that it was James Neal, and I was like, even better. And like the Chase On one went flying. I didn't actually throw it, but
some kid got knocked out.
Yeah, and dude, it was so funny how like there was a pair of like Yamamoto gloves that Duncan wanted, and he saw them from across the way. He literally dropped everything to try and get around the table to them, and this other kid picked them up and walked away with them, and he was like, he was
so close.
He was so sad. So sad.
No.
So it's kind of one of those things where you have to like really be like pretty
you got to be with
you got to be
yeah.
quick.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's just pandemonium.
And know what you want. Like you got to know what players you're looking for.
Yeah, players, I guess. And then you're just gonna find like little like hidden gems here and there.
Right,
so,
were people like trading? Like, yo, do you have this? Do you have that?
We tried to trade that kid for those Yamamoto gloves.
Okay, yeah.
Because we both were holding a Draisaitl stick at that point, so he tried to trade him the Draisaitl stick for it. The problem with it is that like 40 minutes in, at that point, I finally slowed down and started to look at some of the prices on one of the stuff I picked up. The Draisaitl stick, when I picked it up, I saw $7.5, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cheap. In my head, I was like, it's $175. It was $750, that stick. I know. $750.
Mind blown.
I did not buy it.
I'm
not going to bury. I'm not going to bury the lead. I did not buy it. Right out of the gate, that stick is worth double what I would have paid for it.
Okay.
100%. It was game. The one I was holding was 100% game used. You could tell the tape on the blade was all fucked up from the puck.
Right.
And the tape on the top was like, you could tell that his glove had been holding it. The one that Duncan was holding was clean.
Right.
It had sat on the it was game used,
but it had been used.
It sat on the bench for the entire game. So that hurt when I saw the price.
Crazy.
I was like,
I was about to ask you about prices.
I held onto the stick until I got to the till. Once she rang everything up and I saw the total of everything, including my friend's stick, which he sent me money for.
Yeah.
I was like, it's still too much. I was like, it's too much money. So I had to look at the girl and just be like, can you take this off? And she was like, okay. And she removed it. And I was like, I'm a little better okay with everything else. I still got a lot of stuff though.
Yeah.
And I still had a lot of fun. And then after we were done shopping, they also had an event going on in like the arena part for season ticket holders. They had complimentary hot dogs.
Sweet.
They had complimentary like booze.
Okay.
The holiday themed cocktails, none of which we had.
Right.
Obviously. And then they had a photo booth. You could take photos with Hunter. And then they were letting everybody skate on the ice at Rogers Place.
That's awesome.
So Duncan and I both brought our skates. And I had booked skating ahead of time. So our skating thing was at like 2:00, which we almost missed because we had been doing the shopping for so long.
Right.
And
well, you said before you left, you're like, I booked skating, but I don't know where it is. I was like, okay.
Well,
and you're like, it could be at Rogers. It could be at somewhere else.
No. I knew it was going to be at Rogers.
Yeah. But
I didn't know if it was like exactly. I didn't know if it was going to be the NHL ice or if it was going to. And then we're driving up there, and he goes, "Oh yeah, they also have practice rinks at the arena." And I was like, "Oh my god." I was like, if they're making us skate the practice rinks, I'm like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So anyway. We went in, we grabbed a couple hot dogs.
Nice.
Had some free Pepsi.
Nice.
Because Pepsi
dogs.
Pepsi dogs. And then I went and did one lap of NHL ice and got off the ice because my feet hurt really bad because I haven't skated in over a year. But it was pretty unreal.
So cool though, dude.
I FaceTimed Krista while I was on the ice.
That's awesome.
And I was like, I'm on NHL ice.
That's awesome. That's so sweet.
It was unreal.
That's a really cool
I skated over to like the players bench and I was like hanging off it. I was like, this is so cool. I'm like, I was like, for the Philly game, I sat right there.
Yeah, you
and
can
now
like
I'm on this
see your
side.
seat. Yeah.
So I got to live out like a little tiny bit of my NHL career on the
That's so
weekend,
cool,
which was
dude.
super cool.
That's rad.
Yeah, it was a really, really, it was a cool experience, and I wouldn't have gotten to do any of it if I hadn't bought the season tickets.
Totally.
Also, I wouldn't have been able to skate the ice if last winter I had just randomly decided that I want to start skating again. So I was like going back through the roadmap of that, where I'm like, I haven't skated for 20 plus years. And then suddenly last winter, I'm like, I want to strap on some skates.
Yeah.
And so this winter I get to skate Rogers Place. Like, that's super sick.
Oh, rad. That's so
and like,
rad.
like I said, that would not have happened had I not started
Totally.
started reskating again.
That process. Yeah. Well, on like the whole pandemic, you're like, well, I might as well start skating.
Yeah, just like I'm a garbage skater. Like,
Yeah, but you're trying, dude. Like,
Yeah.
That's the thing. And then you can only get better.
Yeah, and it just like going out on Saturday, like on the at Rogers Place, I was kind of like, okay, I got to get back into this. Got to drop a couple lbs, just to, like, so I'm not standing. So I'm
Preaching
not
to the choir over here.
Yeah, just so my feet don't hurt as much while I'm standing on those.
I always played street hockey as a kid. I just never played. Well, I mean, I didn't want to skate, and I wasn't good at skating.
Right.
So being a bigger kid, I'd crank it out in the cul-de-sac.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
I ain't hitting the ice with you boys.
Yeah, no, that's
I'll
fair.
be just slide, or they're gonna be like, "You're the goalie," and it's like, "Why?" Because you take up the most amount.
You
of
have
room.
to be the goal, and I know, and see, I'm not fearful of that, because I'd say straight up no, I'm not doing goalie.
No.
You can do goalie. You can do goalie on your shoes on the ice.
There
We'll just
you
put
go.
spikes on them so that you don't fall over.
We're those mountaineering ones, the ones with the spikes.
But yeah, that was
That's so cool, though, dude.
it was super cool, and I mean, honestly, like I get to say I've skated where McDavid has skated.
yeah, that's so rad. That's a super cool experience.
I get to say I've skated where like hundreds of NHL skaters have skated.
I love in your stories. You were like, I'm at the penalty box. Who's been bad?
I was like, did you get a
Do
penalty?
you get a penalty? Because I'm at the penalty box.
Well, and then what else did I say? I was saying to Duncan, I was just like, I'm a garbage skater, and he was like, and then he's not a dick at all, so he was just like. He was like, yeah, but it doesn't matter. You're on NHL ice. And I was like, I'm on NHL ice. Yeah, it was fun. It was a good.
That's awesome.
It was a good weekend, and then we got home, and it was just like we were both exhausted.
Oh my god, yeah.
Back in the sale, so like when we looked at the sticks and we saw like the price of the dry settle stick, and got sad about that, we also found some hockey bags.
Sweet.
Like used hockey bags
Yeah.
from the players and stuff. And we were like, sweet. So we found those, opened it up, and just all the stuff that we were carrying loose
Perfect.
went right into the hockey bag. And then I carried that around for the rest of the day.
Perfect.
So it was like whether or not I was actually going to buy that, which I did buy the hockey bag, but I was like, this was the best idea I had all day, because
Totally.
anything else I picked up, I literally just shoved it in the bag. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
That's awesome.
So it was a really fun time. I can't wait for the next one. I think they'll do like an end of year one.
Oh, sweet.
They'll do an end of the year locker room sale. The Flames do the same thing.
I have never
yeah,
heard
but
of
you've
these
never
things.
you've never had season tickets.
No, but even the fact that it's open to the public after, like, I've never heard of even that.
yeah, but you probably don't get Flames emails, do you?
Yeah, no, I don't. It's just still something that but it's still something that's like pretty big deal, I think, and that I've just never. I've lived here my whole life. I've never.
No,
heard
I
of
know,
it.
but they probably
crazy.
post about it in like Flame. If you're not like in like Flames Facebook
Yeah,
groups,
I hear you.
and like
I hear
you know what I mean, like you'd never hear about
yeah,
it.
it's easy for me to miss. I
Rob
guess.
is somebody who would know about that kind of
Totally.
stuff. I might actually ask him like if
Yeah, if he's even been to one, I bet you he has.
Oh, guaranteed that guy has.
Yeah.
For sure he has. So anyway, yeah, that's
cool, dude.
And then Sunday I literally just sat in my
Oh my god,
I sat in my
Don't
chair all
blame
day
me.
playing
My
NHL.
chair, my chair. I love that. Like,
yeah,
your
it was-
dad.
Yeah. I have a chair upstairs.
I just love that you call it your chair, my chair.
It was my chair.
How is the new Chell 22?
Oh no. NHL. it's broken. I buy NHL. I've told you this before. I buy NHL every year during Black Friday because it goes to 50% off. I don't buy it in October at full price because I'm buying the same game essentially every year.
Pretty much is, yeah.
They do add some enhancements here and there,
Right?
but for the most part, it's relatively the same game.
Yeah.
Their EA does not put the same level of EA doesn't put the same level of like care and quality assurance into the NHL games that they do some of their other games, and I get it.
Yeah.
FIFA is their best-selling game.
Yeah.
Because soccer is like the biggest,
Oh my God,
probably the
biggest
biggest
sport
sport in the world.
Yeah.
Right? Football. Madden gets a lot more support than NHL does.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
Basically, all the other games,
Yeah,
like
MLB,
even their F1 game.
MLB probably does.
I don't.
too.
Does EA have?
MLB?
Oh, I don't think.
100%.
I don't think EA has an MLB one. Oh, maybe they do, but I think 2K has an MLB one that's
Right.
outsells.
That would make sense.
So they have like EA's NBA game.
Yeah.
Gets outsold by 2K.
Got you. Yeah.
NBA game,
Yep.
and I think it's the same with their MLB game. 2K's MLB game
Yeah.
gets outsells EA's.
That's kind of weird. Yeah, but yeah, you're right.
And the only reason that 2K doesn't have an NHL game is because EA patented the skill stick,
Oh my God.
the skill stick shooting. So 2K at a certain point, they're like, we can't compete with EA's gameplay.
So lame.
It is in a sense, but I also get why EA. You know what I mean? Like I get it.
But like now you have a monopoly on the game. And like if your game
They do.
sucks, then everyone out there is playing a shitty game. For the most part.
For the most part. The other thing is, I'm not like a huge like Chell detractor, because I do play it every year and I do love playing it every year. There's broken pieces about that game every single year.
Yeah.
This year I'm playing franchise mode, and it's like it just seems like every time I score a goal, the camera cuts over to like the mascot, wherever it is. No, I'm not kidding. It cuts over to the mascot wherever it is in the stadium, and it holds on it while the mascot is dancing for like an uncomfortable amount of time. And you can't
But is
skip
it not
through.
supposed to be showing the replay of the goal?
It shows that after. It's like the game is.
So
It's like the game.
weird.
It's like
It's like
this.
a loading screen almost.
It's like the Xbox, the Series X is too fast for the game. So it's like it's hitting this like loading point where it's like compiling all the data
Right.
to like show you the replay in this like massive cinematic mode. And it's just showing Hunter, because I'm playing with Edmonton, just dancing, and they're like, woo, and the crowd's going nuts. Like, yay, they
Right.
scored again, even though it's probably like 10-1 at this point. And it just holds on that for an uncomfortable amount of time. And then anytime it shows you like information on the screen, it goes,
Oh, like it's so
and I'm like,
fast.
I couldn't read any of that. Like, what are you doing? So it's
That's
broke.
funny.
It's broke.
That's pretty funny.
It's broken.
It's broken.
Which is stupid.
NHL.
But it's not deterring me enough to like not to play it.
Yeah. Do you play online? Like, do you play people online and stuff?
I have like I have a Chell group that we kind of every once in a while we'll all get together and play.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, like we haven't. I mean, during the pandemic, we did a bunch.
Yeah.
Most of the time, like it's the same group that like before the pandemic, we would all go to like someone's house.
Oh.
And all play-
Like,
like
have
we-
a night.
We would have a night where we would
Gotcha.
all just be hanging out, and then we would
That's
just keep
cool.
switching off the controllers.
That's rad.
The online thing is kind of nice because then it's like each team you can have like if there's 6 of us, you can have 3 and 3.
Right.
And most of the time it's like, no, I want to go 1v5.
Yeah.
Because when you have 3 people on the same team online, it's a nightmare.
I can't imagine.
Everyone, you're pulling all the players out of position every time you switch, and it's
I can't imagine.
It is a shit show. But yeah, it's
I can't imagine.
but yeah, so it's nice that I finally got to buy it. I bought it this week at some point because it went on sale.
That's good.
So I've been playing it a lot. I've had a lot of fun playing it. and
That's
stuff.
awesome. That's
yeah,
sweet.
it's good. What about you? How was your weekend? What'd you do?
Good. I got my beard chopped off.
I see that.
That was about all I really did. Yeah, I played some games, watched some things, got my beard chopped off.
What'd you watch?
What did I watch?
It wasn't even that important. He doesn't remember.
I watched the new chocolate show on Netflix.
There's a new chocolate show?
Yeah, it's about this guy, and he's like an insane like chocolate master, and he like teaches these like pastry chefs basically like secrets of how he makes all of these like crazy sculptures and stuff. It's pretty insane. Like his viral videos and stuff have gone like just insane. Or sorry, his videos have gone viral.
What's his name?
I can't think of it. It's a French guy, but he started. I've only watched one episode.
Oh, okay.
He started the Las Vegas pastry school or something, the Las Vegas chocolate pastry school or something. And anyway, so he builds like these giant
Oh,
like he
I
built
know
like
exactly.
a lighthouse with
Yeah.
like an octopus.
I've seen him build like a phoenix out of chocolate before.
Yeah.
I know exactly what those videos are insane.
Yes. Yeah.
The stuff that he builds out of. Okay, so there's a Netflix show about him now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm into
Yeah, you
that.
got to give it a watch.
What's it called? Doesn't matter. Chocolate.
Well, I
it's
wasn't
called,
prepared because I wasn't.
It's called Chocolate.
I
on
wasn't
Netflix.
expecting you to ask me about it
Well, of
specifically,
course.
but yeah.
No, that's fine. Just search up Chocolate Show on Netflix.
Yeah, I mean it's basically it just came out like 3 days ago, but
Oh yeah, it'll be in the trending.
but it's cool because like the people on the show are saying you're basically being taught secrets because when you go to pastry school, you're being taught like a set. Because pastry is it's a science. There's not a lot of like wiggle room to kind of like come up with your own concepts and stuff. So he's really like thinking outside the box on a lot of these like projects that he does, and so he's really teaching these people to like think outside of what they've been taught normally. So, anyways, it's a really good show. I watched that for a bit, and then I started rewatching the last 3 Star Wars movies because I told you I didn't like them, so I wanted to rewatch them just to make sure.
Like Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like those 3.
Did you go see Ghostbusters?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I want to go to a movie, but I don't really want to go to a movie, especially because
Just go.
Well, it's because it's the weekend, and that's the part that's throwing me off. Is that like I don't want to go on the weekend?
No.
Like
Tomorrow.
I
Go
should
tomorrow.
go tomorrow. Yeah.
Go tomorrow because it's cheap day.
Yeah. Shoot. I want to go see House of Gucci too. You're gonna go see that.
Oh, House of Gucci.
But I've heard
Father,
bad.
Son, and House
I've heard
of
the very
Gucci.
bad
I did that
things.
really bad. You've heard what?
I've just heard bad things, but I'm not saying I believe them. But I've just heard bad things. So
Yeah, but I looked it up. Okay, I have to look that up again because I'm pretty sure I looked up the Rotten Tomatoes.
right.
Rotten Tomatoes. And the House of Gucci. No, continue without disabling.
Honestly, I hate this. All those windows and shit that pop up.
Okay, House of Gucci.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tomato meter, 61. The audience score, 84.
Right.
Right? So.
But it's like, yeah, I don't know who to believe. I bet you it's somewhere in the middle of those two.
If if that song plays the entire movie, dude, I'm in love. I'm in love with it. Also, I saw a thing that was this vocal coach. It was I didn't read the article, but I read the headline. Maybe it was a video. I can't remember what it was. But the headline of it was that her accent is way more Russian than it is Italian, and they were kind of like, okay.
Yep. I read that this morning.
I don't know about Adam Driver's accent, and I read another thing that somebody was like, what did they say? Oh my God, they said something about, they said Jared Leto is the worst part of the movie, and that he's essentially just like a live action Mario brother.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Your
Our
movie,
Jared Leto
it's
is
broken. Yeah. So
I read that Tom Ford watched the movie and he knew them all personally. Like he knew.
Well, yeah.
Her, he knew.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I don't know who knows each other, but he said that he knew he even knew like Jared Leto's character. He knew all the characters in the movie, and he watched the movie and he was like, "Oh my God, this movie is so terrible."
Oh no!
But it's because he knows them, and that he said the best part of the movie is actually Gaga, even though he says in the interview her accent borders Italian and Moscow, like St. Petersburg, Russia.
Well, this photo right here, she looks Russian.
Yeah, she took no inspiration from the actual character, hey?
Really?
She took she didn't try and copy her accent.
Who's
she playing?
Yeah.
Like Mother Gucci?
Patrizia?
Yeah, that's who it is. Rigatoni.
Rigatoni. Reggiani.
Pizza Rigatoni.
That's basically what that name looks like. I'm like trying not to ruin the movie for myself by like reading anything about it, because I don't know anything about this story.
Yeah.
So
I don't really know much about it either.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well,
I mean, they definitely look similar.
I was gonna say like that looks pretty close.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Either way, I still want to go see it because
Yeah, I do too.
Ridley Scott. Well, the last biopic he did, I didn't even really watch.
Which was
All the Money in the World,
okay.
which is the one that famously is like one of Christopher Plummer's last movies because Christopher Plummer replaced. Oh my god! Oh my god! Why can't I think of his name? I'm having a brain fart.
Brad fart.
No, you'll be disappointed in me once you realize who I've completely brain farted on. Kevin Spacey.
Okay, yeah. Oh, and House of Cards?
Yeah, well, so yeah, in House of Cards. No, so All the Money in the World has Mark Wahlberg in it. It has.
Oh, okay.
But so Kevin Spacey plays the J. Paul Getty. So it's about the Getty family. It's like this famous story about his son getting kidnapped and then them trying to like extort him for money, and he's like refusing to pay because he's like, I don't care.
Yeah, I remember the trailer for that movie. Right.
Yeah. So Kevin Spacey played J.
And
Paul
it's like
Getty.
back in the 40s, 50s, 60s. It's like a timepiece movie.
70s or 80s.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a time period movie for sure. But yeah, Kevin Spacey, they did the whole movie was done.
Right.
They were in post-production for that movie. And the Kevin Spacey stuff.
Frigging nightmare.
Well, so there's this gets really, I have another one that the exact same thing happened to.
Yeah.
And I think you watched this movie, so I'll be interested to see if you can tell who was replaced. But so they brought Christopher Plummer in to replace Kevin Spacey.
Okay.
Basically shot him green screen into the movie. There was very few scenes that they could actually replace where they could get everybody back.
It just sounds like such a nightmare.
Oh, it's a pain.
To be in post production and have to go back, and like I just can't even imagine.
Well, and the
that
thing
process, I can't even imagine.
The thing is too is Christopher Plummer as an actor played the character different than Kevin Spacey did too. So in some of those scenes, they're like Christopher Plummer had to play to the other actors.
Right. So like I know what you mean. He had to change.
He had to like watch the footage.
Right.
To like base his performance off that.
Yeah.
Right. The other movie that notoriously this happened in, which was that came out not even that long ago, was Army of the Dead.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Did you watch Army of the Dead?
Yeah.
Do you know which character was replaced in that movie?
I don't know.
That movie was 100% done.
Okay.
And then somebody in that movie got canceled.
Oh, no.
Removed from the movie digitally.
Oh, no.
And replaced by by a person.
Oh, man.
Who was literally acting to green screens.
Oh, my God.
And you would never know. It was done that well.
Wow.
You would never know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So, Tig Notaro replaced Chris D'Elia.
Right. My bad. The helicopter pilot.
The helicopter pilot in Army of the Dead.
You know what's funny is that I read about that after I saw the movie. Mm-hmm. That they had to reshoot because Chris D'Elia got canceled with all that preteen sex stuff.
Oh, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, and then I remember Tig Notaro. I love her.
She's awesome.
She is so friggin' funny.
Yeah.
And she's so good in Star Trek Discovery.
Is she on that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's insanely good. I love her. Big fan.
Yeah, she's it's really, really, really funny. And her entire because the movie was done. They did not reshoot.
I had no idea.
They did not reshoot anything.
That movie was terrible.
As far as I know, her entire performance was done on a soundstage in front of green screens.
Because she has interaction with the other characters in the movie too.
100%.
She's like insane.
And all of it is on a green screen. So none of them are playing to her. She is playing to all of them.
Right.
And she kills it.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. She does a really good job.
She absolutely kills it. There's a
that movie was so
that's bad. The photo I saw. This reminded me yesterday.
Okay.
I saw that photo yesterday.
That's funny.
Of her standing on a green screen. That's how they did it.
That's crazy.
They put her in a helicopter and they're like, "Okay, now you're really scared because the things are." And she's like, "Okay."
She's wearing Birkenstocks. She's fighting the world apocalypse in white Birkenstocks.
Yeah, they're like, "We can't see your feet. You want to be comfy."
Well, that's cool. That's such a random departure too, to go from Chris D'Elia to Tig Notaro. Like that's a very drastic change.
Which is awesome because I have a feeling that the Chris D'Elia stuff would have been good too. Like I'm sure it would have been.
Oh, sure.
I'm sure it would have been fun, but it's just and like funny.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of like, I don't need to see it. Did you watch? Have you watched You on Netflix?
No, but he was in it.
He was in,
And he played like a similar character to what he got busted with.
I can't remember if it's season 1 or season 2.
that.
He ends up getting killed by the main character. Spoilers, but I don't
okay.
give a shit.
Yeah.
He ends up getting killed by the main character.
Right.
Basically, yeah, he winds up being this like,
Being a creep.
yeah,
Yeah.
this like super,
That's what I read about.
like just this super creepy like. I can't remember if he's a pedophile, like if he's going after like young girls in the show, but he definitely was doing that in real life.
Yeah.
According to the DMs that got released.
Yeah.
So good riddance to that guy.
Yeah.
And then, well, speaking of like disgraced comedians,
Yeah.
Louis C.K. is still trying to make a comeback. I don't know. I haven't seen his name in the news lately, but like it was a few months ago where he just kind of like,
He's touring.
what?
Yeah.
No.
They talked about that on Two Bears. Or no, sorry, My Mom's House. Your Mom's House, sorry.
And what do they say about it?
They don't get into it.
I would assume that they don't.
And they don't talk. Chris D'Elia, or however you say his name, was a very good friend of like Tom Segura's too, and they don't really bring it up.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think people that are within that bubble just choose not to talk about it. Just I don't know.
I don't know. I
heard that
can't
he was touring. I don't know if he is or not, but I heard that he has a show. He's trying to shoot a special right now. So
Yep.
yeah, he's touring. Yeah.
Oh, it's Detroit's sold out.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be back. That's the thing with a lot of these.
Wow, they're all sold out, dude.
Yeah.
There's 2 shows you can buy tickets to. One in Detroit, which is a second showing, and one in Cleveland, which is a second showing.
Yeah.
Everything else is sold out.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to the Ukraine. He's going to Romania, Denmark, Germany.
Yep.
Whatever. Cool, man.
Crazy, hey?
Have fun.
Just crazy. Crazy how people forget.
Well,
or how they hold other people more accountable than other people. That's the thing that I don't understand either.
well, and it's kind of like the whole, I don't know how we got onto this whole thing on the podcast. Well, not even that, just because we talked about Kevin Spacey. We've talked about Chris D'Elia. We've talked about
Canceled culture.
Well, I guess because I talked about Kevin Spacey getting replaced. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Spacey at a certain point, as I rub my eye, Kevin Spacey at a certain point had tried to, I don't know if he was trying to make a comeback, but did you ever see those YouTube videos he did?
I think he's filming a movie right now.
As the character from House of Cards that he did around like Christmas, where he was like, I'm still here and blah, blah, blah. And everybody was like, that's weird and gross.
Yes.
But like, thanks for letting us know.
Very disturbing, yes.
He's filming a movie?
Yes, I believe so. It's either a movie or a show.
Kevin Spacey is set to make his return. This is from May of this year.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey is set to make his return to acting in an Italian film directed by Franco Nero. Variety has confirmed. Louis Nero, the producer of Franco Nero's upcoming low-budget indie. I'm not even going to attempt to
Yeah, it's fine.
pronounce that because I will butcher it. Confirmed to Variety that Spacey is on board to make a cameo in the film.
He's coming back.
I guess
For all
so.
you Spacey fans out there.
I mean,
Like, I just don't get it.
oh, it's The Man Who Drew God in Italian.
Oh, okay.
Gotta love technology. You can just literally translate
that.
things
Yeah,
on
you
the
did.
fly. Yeah, I don't know. It's
I'm back to work in the States.
well, and it's so a friend of mine recently. I don't think he's about. I think. Oh yeah, film set on American
he's filming.
soil.
I'm telling you, he is.
Since
I'm telling you.
oh yeah, look at him. He's just walking around smoking cigarettes.
Busy being a good dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure for him, he's just like, I'm happy to be here and like back on a film set and blah 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 and like. Did you watch House of Cards?
No.
Okay. Another friend of mine, actually on the weekend, on Friday night, she had said to me the same thing, where she is now going through. She's like now started watching House of Cards,
Okay.
like recently, and she's just like, I know everything. Like she's like, obviously, like she's like, I hate the guy, obviously for all that stuff, but she's like, the show is so good.
Yeah, but I struggle with fantasy movies. So like Middle Earth and Orcs and Elves, like I have problems with that. And I also struggle with American political TV
I was
shows.
like, for a second, I was gonna like, do you think it's like Game of Thrones?
No.
House of Cards is like Game of Thrones.
Those two genres are really hard for me to get into.
Fair enough.
Anything, you could have the best actors in the universe playing like, I'm the president and she's the thing, and oh my god, I can't do it.
That's totally fair
because it's so pro America and they never mess up, and it's always like,
oh, this whole show, all they're doing is messing up.
oh, okay, that's fair.
They're like completely fuck. They're using the government to their benefit to fuck up, like, and it's great. I am on the complete other side of the fence. Fantasy stuff is hard for me to get into. American political TV shows and stuff like that, I live for it.
Okay.
Oh my god, I love it. I don't know why, but I love it.
Fair enough.
House of Cards is so good.
Okay.
If you don't like
American
American politics stuff, you will not like the show.
Fair enough.
At all. But it is a great show.
That's fair. I give that credit.
I just found it weird that she's now going through it.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's now starting to watch it, and I was kind of like,
it takes a minute.
No, but it's just like the whole Kevin Spacey thing where it's just like you're now like, I don't know. It's kind of because the last season, obviously he got written out of the last season, so he's not even in it. He's one of the best parts of the show.
Yeah.
And the reason why you would watch it, and then it's just like what?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's so abrupt when you get to that point in the series where you're like, okay, like I guess.
Right. So are you saying? I'm getting the sense that you're saying kind of that like anything he's done should like you should like.
No.
Do you personally feel like you should?
No, I just kind of find it weird though. It's just like because for me, like I love the movie Seven.
Yeah.
Like Seven's a great movie.
Yeah.
And I will still continue to watch Seven.
Okay.
But it kind of, you know what I like? Do you understand?
It for you?
It does tarnish it a little bit. It pulls where a movie is supposed to like suck you in and kind of like pull you into this fantasy world. It's like now when you see these people on screen, doesn't it kind of pulls you out of that
maybe
fantasy element, right? And it kind of pulls you out of the moment where you're kind of like, oh yeah, that like if I'm watching a movie and it's like, let's say it's something that I forget that Kevin Spacey's in, all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, you're in this. You know what I mean? Kind of a moment.
Yeah.
And it's like
separates you from the character because you're like looking at him as
the
actor.
I'm not, and I mean like yeah, I don't know. It's
that's fair. I know what you're saying. I'm
Yeah,
just curious how you felt about it. That's all. Because like I love The Usual Suspects. I would watch that, and I know what you mean. It would be different, I guess, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I really feel about it.
Because you probably haven't watched something with Kevin Spacey
Not really,
in a very
no.
long time.
No, but he was like one of my.
It's the same,
like one of my top actors. I would say that I enjoyed before all this,
for sure.
Like if he would have given me a list, he probably would have been in my top 10. Yeah, oh yeah. But just like an amazing.
It's like
movie.
anytime I watch a movie and like executive producer Harvey Weinstein's name shows up at the beginning of that movie, I'm like, oh fuck.
Every movie in the
like
late
that's
90s, early 2000s, like
there was one recently,
like Kill Bill, like all the most of the Quentin Tarantino movies, like
all of them up until I would say all of them up until Once Upon a Time.
So terrible.
Because I think that's the first one he went to a different studio
Oh,
for.
it would make sense, yeah.
Yeah, there was one that I watched. There was I can't remember what it was. There was a movie that I watched like super recently, and it was a horror film too.
Malignant?
No. No. It's an old movie, but I watched it recently where pardon me, in the opening credits, Bob and Harvey Weinstein's names were at the head of it. And I was like, it's not even a Miramax or like a fucking Weinstein.
But they just like probably
and I was just like, how did like
funded it with their own
I know, and
company.
I was just like,
Yeah, it's bad. I just assume everyone is a douchebag asshole until proven otherwise. It's like the only thing I can do.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong there, I guess. That's very true. And that's I guess a good way of Going about your daily business. You're an asshole. You're an asshole. You're an. Oh no, you're feeding a dog. Therefore, you are a nice asshole.
You're a nice asshole.
You are a nice asshole. I don't want to end on
it's fine.
downer notes.
Okay, so I read this and this made me laugh because you and me used to work planes.
Okay,
We used to turn planes on the ground on the tarmacs in different
it
places.
was a terrible job.
And but it was fun because we got to meet each other and other really great humans that we are friends with. Anyways,
Hello.
hello friends and humans. So we used to talk about places that you could hide on the plane. Remember, we'd be like, "Oh man, imagine if you just hid in the back in pit 6 and then the plane took off," or imagine you were in the front, or imagine like can
I
you
imagined.
imagine?
Yeah.
We would always talk about
Yep.
that. Okay, so I read over the weekend that this guy apprehended from Miami.
From the wheel well.
So this guy, the plane lands, he jumps out of the plane as they're doing like their walk around, and the guy's like, so this guy came from Guatemala to Miami, hid in the underneath, so where the wheels come up, there's an underneath
The landing gear.
Yeah, the landing gear area for the double sets, like the 4s and 6s that you would have on big planes that come up. When those wheels come up, you remember looking inside that area.
There's not a lot of room.
There is not a lot of room.
But there's room enough for a human in there.
If you know how to properly position yourself, maybe. But I can't imagine him to ever do this before. Anyways, so his flight was from Guatemala City, Guatemala to Miami, and he was in the air for 2.5 hours.
Oh my God.
At minus 54 degrees Celsius.
How is he not dead?
Yes, and with an oxygen level of 6.3% oxygen up there.
Any normal person would have died.
He's a superhero.
Yeah. Any normal person. Well, he's protected somewhat from the elements because he is enclosed underneath in the wheel well. So there would be. He is not experiencing.
But they said in the article, there's no heat in there.
There's no heat
or air. It's not like aired
No,
out
I know.
like in the luggage compartments, right?
That dude probably spent a lot of time at his local pool, holding
my
his breath
God.
underwater, just to like see how long he could hold his breath for. And he hit the 2.5 hour mark, and he's like, "Cool, I'm going to Miami, boys. This is it. I'm going to Miami." And he like holds onto that wheel well, and he's just.
Can you imagine though being in the wheel well while first of all you're in there,
No.
and then you don't know when the wheels are going to come down to land, and then you're sitting in there looking at the ground like it's insane. You have to it's crazy. Anyways, they said the only thing they can think of is that the wheels spinning and then coming in creates so much heat from them taking off that the heat from the wheels could have kept him alive. But that's the only thing they don't know how the
but that wouldn't
oxygen
last
part.
for the entire flight. Like that would have worn off.
Like in an hour?
I mean, I was gonna say an hour, but I'm even thinking
Probably
about it. I'm
even
like
less.
probably like half an hour.
Yeah.
At a certain point, he'd be like, "Cape, there's no more brake warmth or wheel warmth."
So crazy.
Yikes!
That was the only thing I wanted to bring up because that was crazy. Because we would always talk about it, and now someone actually did it. So
but that's the thing. I've never seen anybody come out of the wheel well. I've heard about people. I've heard about people like falling asleep in the pits.
Yeah, that guy
working.
in San Fran. Did you hear about that guy, the crew member who fell asleep in the back?
Yeah,
they closed him up, and then the
in the
plane
pit.
took off, and he called them. He's like,
was
"Yo,
like,
I'm in the plane."
Yeah.
And
Could you imagine if we had ever done that?
No.
How much trouble we would have been in?
Fired.
Oh yeah,
Fired.
Everybody on the crew would have been insta fired because it would have been like, wait, they were like, how did you not notice that a member of your crew was missing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it would have just right, insta fired.
Yeah, insta fired.
So that's that to me. I still don't believe that. Like, I mean, I believe.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
I believe it, but I can't believe that he survived.
I know, I can't either. That's
like,
why
I'm
I was
surprised they didn't open the wheel wells and he a dead body fell out.
I know.
Over Miami. Like, I'm really surprised that's not.
My God, dude.
Because even then, like, you would be so cold. How are you holding on to anything?
How are you even breathing? Everything.
Breathing aside, how are you holding on to anything?
I don't know. And then you're in there, and then all of a sudden you got to wait for them to just open, and you don't know when that's going to be and what that's going to be. Like, I just can't. Everything about it is like nightmare fuel.
Oh, nightmare
Anyways.
fuel. And on that note, let's end on nightmare fuel. Don't ride in the wheel well of a plane, kids.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Thank you, Justin Bieber, for releasing Tim Biebs. They're delicious. Not as delicious as we had hoped, but they're delicious. Thank you, McDonald's, for the coffee. Thank you, Edmonton.
Thank you, Keurig.
Thank you, Edmonton. Thank you, Edmonton. Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh,
Like that
and
Alanis
thank you-
Morissette song.
Thank you, everybody who has subscribed and watches us weekly. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do so you can be part of the next milestone when we hit 10,000.
Yes.
Ooh, let's see
Hopefully
how
in a
fast.
month.
Let's see. Oh my God. Let's see how fast we can get to 10,000 now. But for this episode of the MP Podcast, I'm Lincoln.
I'm ABomb.
We will catch you next week. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.